Hello everyone, my name is Mitz, and here we're back with Phoenix Contempt. So last time we started the whole first day of this trial. We're still in it right now, still in the first card examination, and an interesting new piece of information is going to light, which is on screen right now, that Renwick actually touched the murder weapon, so he's more a prime suspect, not just because a witness, Miss Weaver, saw him leave Brisbane's house, I assume, or saw him, fight, Brisbane to death. Just the fact, he actually left physical prints behind, which, at the top of my head right now, is kind of impossible to figure out how to, disprove. Because, what do you need, wire, garrote wire for? Anything, even your yard work? Do people, I'm pretty sure some people, use, wire and something like that to, wrap around, garden posts, right? That's probably just me. Prints aren't as clear as the day, huh? Detective Smith said he was asleep in his own apartment at the time of the crime. Well, yeah, we gotta believe him, I ain't making this up, mate. He does speak the truth, right? The defendant's prints were indeed found in a potential murder weapon. It is undeniable that he was involved with this crime. Yes, and it's hard to even give an explanation as to why his prints are on it. Mr. Wright, you look as though you want to say something. Obviously things are. I've been thinking, Your Honor. While it may be the case that my client's prints are on the piece of wire, there's one irrefutable fact that must be addressed. I dare say that certain fact throws a piece of wire into ambiguity. Huh. That must be... we have it right now? Playing card. On the arm of the sofa, the crime scene, the interior is completely drenched in blood. Ambulance was called by Brisbane 5:30. Blood sends over the 1-9. No pad from Terry. Broken. That's it. If you're talking about, other fingerprints, well, there's nothing in the court record right now. Oh, very well then. Let's hear what you had to say. What fact has ambiguity in the garrote wire? Shit. Let's go through this more then. Ambulance was called by Brisbane at 5:30 and blood sends over the 1-9. Are we going with the fact that, if we're going with, fingerprints or something like that, then, ambiguity of the garrote wire. How do we disprove it? I mean, I don't think we can really disprove the fact, since, there's no blood in there or anything like that, right? Well, it's possibly the first murder weapon. Or maybe just, he wasn't beaten to death with it? It wasn't used as the weapon on it? That actually could work. Edgeworth, are you saying that because of the defendant's prints being on this wire, he is guilty of attempted murder? Naturally. There's no use in denying the facts, right? And you know it. You're right, I do know. Detective Smith couldn't have been the assailant. What? Let's refer back to the victim, Errol Brisbane. Looks like it was the cause of his injuries. Criminal battery. Why? Don't you see? The assailant's method of murder was to beat Brisbane to death. What then is the significance of this wire? Oh, that thing. Well, I agree that this wire still needs looking into to find out why it bears his prints. There's no denying that it didn't contribute to the Brisbane's injuries. Besides, the injury report doesn't even mention the use of garrote wire. I think I can hazard a guess as to why that may be. Because this wire is completely unrelated to the case. So, not to be a party pooper or anything, but wasn't there something else you wanted me to bring up, Mr. Edgeworth? You have an answer for everything. Yes there was. Bring what up? Bring out this, super important evidence, which I definitely didn't bring out of nowhere. No. I've caught on to what you're trying to do, right? You're trying to disprove the wire's relevance to the case at hand. By saying that it had no part to play in the assailant's attack in Brisbane. But I'm afraid I have evidence to the contrary. Shit. Detective, you'd be so kind as to bring it out? You mean this, right? What's that? A photograph? That's right, Your Honor. A photograph of the victim, to be more specific. How's that can help? Just a heads up, ladies and gents, this video's pretty grisly. Don't keep us in the dark, detective. Show us the photo at once. Oh, Jesus. It's so difficult to see Brisbane like that. Spot the inconsistency yet, right? Huh? Oh, what he's talking about? I can't see. You found it, I assume. What inconsistency would that be, Mr. Edgeworth? The defense has stated that the wire bears no relevance to the current case. Yet there is something in the photo that proves otherwise. Care to explain this to the judge, Wright? Your Honor, if you would care to focus more on the victim's neck in the photo, just notice a faint red groove right the way around. Ah. So I guess, like, the sailor had the gore wire first, then, you know, wrapped around Brisbane's neck. They managed to get out of that chokehold, then it turned to battery and assault. I guess that might explain why the wire was underneath the couch, since, like, you know, it got knocked away in the struggle. Yes, I could see. Wait a minute. Does that mean... Precisely, Your Honor. The groove you can see on the victim's neck in this photo is proof the garrote wire was definitely used that night. That comes around to, like, why his print's on it, if he's innocent or not. But as I said, the injury report mentions nothing of damage inflicted by garrote wire. Yes, a minor error on the nurse's part. However, the mark left in the victim's neck was more or less a mere impression of the wire. As such, my guess is that it was not concerned injury, therefore it was not included in the report. That's a technicality, but I love technicalities. Oh my, so the wire does bear relevance after all. Shit. Defense prints are on it too, so really that can only mean that the assailant was in fact the defendant himself, yes. Things went from bad to worse in no time at all. I want to look at a photo before. His coat is off, yeah. A whole bunch of blood underneath its head. Like, this is taken, like, near the carpet of the couch. I'm guessing he fell unconscious from, like, you know, close to the phone. Like that. Wait. So there's, like, just a big red splotch there and small dots here on his chest. Most of the blood is coming from, like, you know, his head and leaking into the floor below. But found in the arm of the soap at the crime scene, the interior is completely drenched in blood. Huh. That's weird. I've had a kind of suspicion of how this all went down. Oh, do tell. Do enlighten us. You did? Yeah, I told you yesterday, remember? They can with the flashback to yesterday's investigation. Monochromatic time. I'm just spitballing here, but what the reason for Bruce's beating was a botched assassination. Wouldn't make much sense for him to kill the victim in an unstealthy way. Unless his original plan was to garrote him instead. Oh yeah, I remember now. He thought that the assailant originally intended to use the wire to strangle Brisbane. Not a bad theory, really. That does seem to make the most logical sense at the moment. Would you testify more about what you say really happened, Detective? Great, Morse knows flawed logic. Oh, shush you. It's something. Still curious as to why you botched assassination, like literally, of course, Brisbane had a lot of enemies, but, wonder if there's more to it than just, you know, I hate you, you sent my brother to, you know, the prisons. The fight. Oh yeah, I see it kind of goes like this. The defendant broke into the victim's home for unknown reasons. But I suppose the main goal is to kill Brisbane. He went for a stealthy kill, used the garrote wire to take him down quietly, but Brisbane managed to break free and fight back. Panicking, the defendant leapt forwards and the two fought around the room. He eventually managed to knock Brisbane unconscious, then made a quick getaway. Knocked unconscious. That goes against with the telephone, right? Maybe. Judging the circumstances of the crime scene, I say that does make some sense. Hey, I just might be pretty good at this testimony on the spot lark then. Okay. I would say so, Detective. Likewise, I'm actually impressed. I'd be more impressed if this new testimony actually helped my case, but you play the cards you dealt. Well, we're not back to poker jokes right now, okay? That was the first game's case. Well, this game's case, first case. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. So you need to poke holes, maybe something in the bot assassination theory? broke into the victim's house for unknown reasons. We don't know for sure that my client was the assailant. Maybe, maybe not, but let's just say for the sake of hypothetical that he is. Fine, so my client is the assailant, hypothetically. How did the assailant gain access to the house again? To the back door. Yeah, the back door near the kitchen was found by the police unlocked. Maybe their entry point was locked tight, so the assailant must have gotten through the door. Could he possibly... Nope, he didn't break the lock. The door was completely intact. What conclusion do we get from this other than the assailant simply entered through the door? So there was as simple as entering via an unlocked door? I have to admit, if I were a burglar, I wouldn't have even thought of that. Naturally, you would assume all the doors to be locked. And yet, Brisbane's back door was open for anybody to just bolt in and out. I guess whoever this was, like, really wanted to go in stealthy then? Or, like, they scouted this, you know, Brisbane's place. They had, like, I noticed you don't lock your back door. It's time to go in unseen here. Did the police discover a reason for the assault detective? That would be negative, mate. We're still trying to figure out what motive he would have had. I think the closest, like, probably at this point, if, like, the police are going with it, the closest motive they probably have for Wenwick is just, you and Brisbane were close, friends, yeah. But I suppose his main goal is to kill Brisbane. Don't know exactly why kill him, though. And why would he want to do that? Wenwick and Brisbane have been friends for over 5 years now, I reckon. That's plenty of time to look back and examine for any new evidence of a rift between them. I was referring to the assailant, not Detective Smith specifically. I have to admit the defendant is quite the enigma, even to me. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? I've had some investigators looking into Detective Smith's history, and not one of them has been able to find a thing. Huh? That's 5 years of defense life are a total blank, Your Honor. Huh. 5 years, you say? How very odd. Huh? How would his recent past be so secretive? Yes, most curious. The latest point that you could just find was just after an incident in this very courthouse. After that said incident, the defendant here vanished in all records. Even though he worked at a police department, which is all about paperwork and records? I don't know, sounds pretty shitty to me. Okay, you go off, you. Maybe the reason why he's off the record is because he was blackmailed? At least that's what it seems like from the end of that transitional piece. Be honest, now thinking about it, like, I've seen some people in the comments, like, thinking about it, and, like, I didn't give it much thought, but just going through this again, it maybe would have been better if it was, like, that whole transitional piece was laid out later on. Definitely would have been a cool foreshadowing moment up to that point. Especially since it doesn't seem like Bruno was supposed to talk about the whole thing when we first time we, you know, discussed things. He was very vague about, you know, his time there. Actually, really, really cool to, you know, see that whole transitional piece epilogue thing for Turnabout the Snow be put in later in this case if we get to it. I knew that Smith was hiding something. We need to have a serious talk later. He was hiding something. Please continue, Detective Snow. Tell us more about the assailant's movements. He went in for a stealthy kill to use the grout wire to take him down quietly. Quietly with the strangles and sound of gurgles. That mark around Brisbane's neck can mean anything. Are you serious? I assure you it was not overlooked, right? Comparisons made between the mark of the victim's neck and the wire, of course. And? You'd even ask? It was a perfect match. Ergo, the grout wire that bears the defendant's prints was indeed the cause of the imprint. Ugh. He still failed, though. He tried to take out Brisbane quietly. Instead, he turned to make it loud. Maybe that's the reason why there's a witness, because it was botched. And then, you know, loud noises all over, and the neighbors just like, what in tarnation is going on over there? Brisbane managed to break free and fight back. Leading to the circumstances of this current condition? Yep, unless they had a nasty fall down the stairs. I was going to ask if we even had stairs, but I think we had to go upstairs just to be greasing. Oh, don't tell me. I suppose that's what really happened. Oh, and then what if his body was moved into the living room to look like a murder? Oh my god. Back on topic. Now. Okay. Jeez, you can slice cheese with that glare. Oh my gosh. Sharp as a knife. Sharp as a tack. Anyway, Brisbane must have broken free the assailant. Panicking, the defendant leapt forwards and the two fought around the room. Probably mostly starting in the kitchen, then ended in the living room. Seems like it was a pretty brutal fight. It looks brutal too. He's at state living room. As big and bad as Brisbane is, the assailant most likely got the upper hand. Eventually managed to knock Brisbane unconscious, then made a quick getaway. Why would the assailant have left Brisbane unconscious? Why not finish him off? I think it's safe to say that he thought he killed him then and there. Looking at all the blood in Brisbane's state, it's not hard to think that. Besides, anyone could have missing an unconscious body for a dead one, right? I mean, I guess. I mean, we spent the whole, like, first part of the investigation just, like, thinking just that he was dead. Like, all the blood and all around the crime scene. Like, jeez. Oh, the irony. Snow's theory in the assailant's movements actually sounds like it could be possible. But at the end of the day, it's still just guesswork. I mean, that this testimony is far from unbreakable. Perhaps the browse to the court record is in order. Okay, so we pressed through all of it. That's typical with, you know, Renwick's 5-year gap. That was actually just in here. What I think we have to do is, because he was unconscious, apparently, he wouldn't have time to call his own ambulance. Let's give that a try. I have a problem with your testimony, detective. Oh, come on. What was wrong with that one? Everything. Everything. You said that Brisbane was not unconscious during the fight. Yes. Well, it sounds like likely, judging his injuries and the amount of lost blood, Brisbane couldn't have been rendered unconscious at that moment. Why, you ask? Because of this. The victim's telephone? Yes, Your Honor. Seeing as how the ambulance was called by Brisbane himself after the fight, it's highly unlikely that he fell into his coma before he made that call. Oh, yeah. That's the point, Mr. Edwards. Do you have anything to add? As you may very well know, Your Honor, I believe in hard evidence. And the testimony from Detective Snow is anything but. Eh? I commend you for your attempt at logic and deductive reasoning. Your testimony is just that. Absurd deductions. A mere theory. That stone cold evidence, it simply will not hold up on its own. Besides, Wright, it still doesn't discredit the garrote wire. Maybe why it bears your friend's fingerprints above all else. He's right. The most incriminating piece of evidence still hasn't been even called for. Yeah. Of all things, yeah. Just why are Renwick's prints on this wire? Like, the only thing it can be, really, is this, like, Renwick was just holding onto it for whatever reason. And just, you know, it lets the scene for whatever reason? Right, I think that's all there is to this testimony. What I suppose we all like to know now is the assailant's motive was. Dang, it's not like he asked it before. What was his reasoning behind such a vicious attempted murder? Snow, do you have any ideas for us? Good question. Just give me a sec, Your Honor. Well, just Snow continues to pretend he's thinking deeply. Just computer AOL error sounds. Not error sounds. AOL sounds connecting to the internet. I will add that the prosecution could not find the assailant's behavior either, Your Honor. Found nothing in the crime scene to explain much attempt his life was carried out. I see. I need to remind you that this is the most troubling case we have on our hands, Mr. Edgeworth. Now this is the crucial part of the case. What reason would the assailant have had to carry the attack in the first place? Let's check in with Detective Snow and see if he's pretending to come up with something. AOL sounds continue. Okay, now if he was to... No, that won't work. It seems a good detective is also at a loss for words. Ah, sugar, now I lost my train of thought. It's all your fault, Judge. So, that would be affirmative, Your Honor. Could there be anything in the court record that can help us? Oh, come on, I need something to prove a motive. Wait a minute. That evidence. Could it be? Was the incident been in front of us all this time? Your Honor, I think I have it. Okay, I see where it's getting at now. Mr. Wright, you have evidence to explain a motive? Well, this will help or hinder my client's another problem altogether. But I have to keep the ball rolling for now. Gotta keep the, the train of logic flowing. Choo-choo. No point in fretting over that bridge until we have to cross it. I believe so, Your Honor. Very well, you may present your evidence to the court. So tell us, which piece of evidence explains the assailant's motive for the attempt to kill Mr. Brisbane? So there's one piece of evidence, and I'm yawning a lot this episode, yay. So one thing about this is just all of this is like stuff like which was evidence from the case itself, all of it. But probably the motive will mostly be found here, in this photograph. Huh. Actually, yeah. Just the fact, like it's a small subtle detail looking at it now, if you look at it. Just the fact that detail's there, it strikes me very weirdly. Yeah, it's obviously intentional. Let's go with this. You want the assailant's motive, and backed up by evidence no less? Something in that photo is missing, by all counts should be there. And I believe this photo person's body is the proof they need. Well, unless Brisbane likes to, you know, take it out to go to bed or something. That grisly picture again? Something about this photograph bothers me, Your Honor. Something seems off. Do you believe that it will explain the assailant's motive? I'm positive. Bring the photograph and point it out to us, Mr. Wright. So tell us, which part of the photo explains the assailant's motive for attempted murder? And that little doohickey little detail goes right here. Let me just, just as I suspected. Take a closer look at this section, Your Honor. What am I looking at here? The victim's eye? That's right. The victim's eye is what you're looking at. Or should I say, what you're not looking at. Sorry? I'm afraid I don't quite follow. Tell me, Your Honor, what is Bridget's most glaring feature? His most glaring feature? That's easy, that scary red eye of his. It gives me the heebie-jeebies just thinking about it. Oh my god. Constant pick eye. So why isn't it here in this picture? His left eye is only half closed in this picture, and yet there doesn't appear to be a visible eyeball, just an empty socket filled with blood. Yes, there's reason to believe that the assailant's plot to try and kill Brisbane was to steal his enigma eyeball. So enigmium is the whole cause of this right now. Then I guess that narrows down the culprits to, like, whoever, like, you know, knew it was enigmium. Like, you know, his eyeball's enigmium. This whole game takes place over a course of, like, you know, like a couple days, a few weeks at most. So, like, that means the culprit must have recently found out about the crime as well. So that limited, like, everyone who went down to it. And I doubt, like, well, I'm thinking back to, like, you know, when Brisbane, like, told everyone that it was Enigmium eyeball. It was, like, Enigmium entirely. Like, he took it out to show it to everyone. And, like, that was, like, it was just a last resort to get Vex Volper to confess. I know in, like, the case for Grossberg, like, the whole Enigmium was actually a big focal point. Like, you know, it was discovered in the playing card. That was a crucial piece of evidence there. The victim's lucky charm and all that. And just, that was put in the case description as well. But Brisbane's Enigmium eyeball, would that be in the report or not? Because for the sake of the argument, if, like, you know, it wasn't, then that means literally someone close to him had to, you know about the Enigmium eyeball he had. Someone had to have been, had to be someone close. If it was in the report, then literally anyone could have, I guess, read it. But I'm going to the assumption that someone at the trial, at least someone close to, you know, Brisbane knew about it. And that's why they wanted to kill him? That narrows down this list considerably, right? Order! Order in the court! Did you just say Enigmium? That's what Brisbane's eye been made of all this time? Enigmium? Oh wow, you're having a... Oh, that's right. Edgeworth wouldn't have known, being abroad at the time. Yeah. That's right, Edgeworth. Oh yeah, he, like, just a timeline of this series, like, he would probably be abroad the whole time, at least doing something else with, like, other cases when, we did our case. That's right, Edgeworth. Whoever the assailant was knew the truth about Brisbane's eye, which limits it down considerably. He knew what it was made from, the sheer amount of money it was worth. Which I'll admit at the stage, more or less, the whole state knows after that trial. Oh, okay. Oh, would that be, like, a very important case? Well, I guess it'd be, like, the same thing as, like, like, the Matt and Guard case. What was it called? The Steel Samurai. The Nickel Samurai case. Yeah. And that was a whole thing of that. Oh, wait, yeah, Vex Volper. Like, he became an international, just, international, quote-unquote, famous celebrity based on the whole thing. Yeah. Oh boy, never mind that. Everyone knows. Eh. In here I thought I would actually limit things down. But to use enigma as a replacement eyeball. Can't think of it. What was Bridget's reason for doing that? Maybe we'll never know. It just looks aesthetically pleasing, that's all. Has to be that. Yes, indeed. I think it's safe to say that the sinless motive has now been made clear. Since enigma has been made public knowledge thanks to the Marvin Grossberg murder, I suppose it was only a matter of time before somebody dangerous claimed it for themselves. It's enigmium evidence non-applicable. Indeed. However, this revelation has made things easier in finding the perpetrator. What do you mean, Edgeworth? A very damaging motive has just been established, right? Can you remind you of who's still in trial here? Uh-oh. Now I know what he's saying. He's gonna go with how, like, that ties into Renwick. And since they're close friends, they probably already knew that too. Which, I guess, whoever knew about the enigma probably wouldn't matter, but because they were close... Ooh. Yes, the motive may have been explained, but it stands the assailant is still believed to be the defendant, Renwick Smith. And his prints are on the garrote wire prove that he was the scene with intent to kill. Try to go against that. Order! 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 I'm afraid you are correct, Mr. Edgeworth. The defendant's traces have been discovered at the scene, and on the weapon, no less. All things considered, I think I'm ready to render my verdict. So is that it? Is it over just like that? I mean, I don't want to believe it myself, but the evidence and that motive are there. Is there nothing I can do? Huh. If there are no further questions, I believe I will handle my verdict. This court finds the defendant, Renwick Smith. Edgeworth? Right? You both raised objections just now? Oh, wow. Very well, you first, right? Right, okay. I'll take the lead, okay? I'm sorry, Your Honor, but you can't hand down your verdict just yet. Was there something else you hope to bring up, Mr. Wright? Well, I agree that the current circumstances aren't exactly in defense's favor. There's something I need to address which will make you think twice about your verdict. Objection sustained. I will give you a chance to explain yourself. These kind of odds stacked against me. I can't afford to slip now. Okay. Your Honor, I wish to present something to explain why you can't end this trial just yet. And would that literally just be the enigmium? Most likely? I'm gonna think it is. It was just presented. Your Honor, the reason I can't let you hand down your verdict is because of this. The missing enigmium? What good will presenting that do? Please, hear me out for a second. Oh! Did police ever find Renwick have it? Admit the defense for Justice Smith may seem less than fruitless right now. The enigmium is the reason you cannot render a verdict. So you keep saying, but how exactly is that so? It's simple, really. If my client is truly guilty of attacking Brisbane and stealing his enigmium, then it must surely still be in his possession. During yesterday's investigation, Detective Smith's apartment was searched by the police. Don't you think it's odd then that they haven't turned up the enigmium? Therefore, I'm proposing that the enigmium must be found before my client's guilt is confirmed. I see. Defense's request is granted. Bailiff, see to it that a more thorough search of Detective Smith's apartment is issued. We must find the victim's enigmium eyeball. I wonder if we have a chance to look around there ourselves. Should dodge a bullet there. Okay. It's my turn to explain my earlier outburst, Your Honor. Yeah, okay, that was still hilarious. Oh, yes, of course. We're all ears, Mr. Edgeworth. I, too, have my own reason for prolonging the trial, Your Honor. The faith and trust Wright has in his client is most commendable. I'm afraid I had to disagree on this occasion. For you see, Wright, my witness still has her side of the story to tell. Wait. Oh my god. Oh, that's sweet. Just even though there's like everything's presented, might as well just present everything just to make sure there's no doubt. The witness. I completely forgot about her. Somebody saw the assault, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, and I'm sorry, Wright, but her story doesn't sound too good for the defense. The court will now take a 15-minute recess while the witnesses are prepared. Court is adjourned. It's kind of cool seeing Edward's development just from, just present literally, just get everything out of the way quickly and out of the way. Like, get the first chance of guilty verdict you can get, then just, like, you know, go. And now it's practically the opposite. I guess Wright the action case really was that important. Then, you know, all was reflecting in the second game, and then the third, and what happened, you know, investigations games. It's kind of cool to see. But we'll just leave this off here. I'm assuming next time we're going to talk to Miss Weaver about what she saw, which at this point, like, if Renwick isn't the culprit, like, literally, just had to be, like, she just had to mistake it for someone else, right? So, Although, even with that, we can't really disprove the whole Prince on the garrote wire theme bob again. We just really can't. Like, what reason, like, would Renwick have to, like, bring or even, like, touch a garrote wire and, like, maybe someone just saw him touch and just, like, ooh, mine, yoink, and just use to kill his friend? Doesn't make too much sense. Yeah, I can't really fault anyone from, like, thinking Smith is, you know, suspicious at the very least. I guess to see, like, exactly what makes the police more think it's Smith with it from the witness next time. So, what a fun time to watch as I am playing this. See you next time, what time may be, and I all hope you fantastic day.